And obviously, you're watching on from the sidelines on Tuesday. Now, what did you make of it? And can a win like that galvanise the whole squad and help in the Premier League?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just can get into a winning habit. I mean, we going down to 10 men. Obviously, everybody just expects, especially when we conceded, just to lose the game. So I think it helped that we scored almost instantly after that to get us back in, and the boys showed great character to hold on. And obviously we were confident getting into the penalties. Being at home, Eldon's had a good record with penalties as well, so it was a good win really. And as I say, that's us last 2 home games. We've had 4 points in the Premier League and obviously get through on Tuesday, so hopefully that breeds confidence.
Were you slightly envious watching Eldon in the penalty shootout, knowing that as a goalkeeper it's a chance to be the hero?
No, of course. As I say, Eldon's saved the penalty at home to Arsenal this season as well, so I felt confident getting in that he would save at least one. So fortunate for us to get the 2, and the boys, fantastic penalties to be fair, held on there really well.
We're used to squad rotation now in the Premier League, but as a goalkeeper, is it even more difficult when somebody comes in and takes your place in a cup game and then does well?
Nah, I mean at this level there's always going to be 3-4 keepers at a club, experienced and good enough to go and play. So I think that's just a standard at every club in the Premier League. So that's why the competition's so high, why the standard is so high. So there's no shock or surprise there.
Does it spur you on, the competition with Alan McGregor coming back as well? 3 really good quality goalkeepers at the club.
Yeah, I think it can only help the club and help the goalkeepers personally to be pushed on. I think everybody strives to be at this level, and when you are at this level the competition is much higher, so it's one of the reasons you join clubs like this and trying to get back to the Premier League. So hopefully, as I say, it can't be a bad thing for the club that they feel as if they have 3 or 4 experienced and good enough goalkeepers to go and do the job when called upon.
What do you make of the draw?
Fantastic draw. I obviously watched it last night. So yeah, it's difficult. Over 2 legs is always going to be difficult against a team like that. But if we can show the kind of defensive display and quality we did on Tuesday, and the second leg being at our place, hopefully we can keep the first leg alive and give ourselves a chance to get there.
And looking ahead to Monday night, Middlesbrough have been in decent form, and their goalkeeper Victor Valdez, is he somebody that you've admired from afar over the years because he's been a top keeper? Yeah,
he's outstanding. I've played against him a few times, going back over 10 years now. So back in that time it was an idol of mine. Growing up playing against, and obviously watching him at obviously the top team in the world at that time. But it'll be good to, as I say, again, test yourself against top keepers, top players at this competition. That's what you want to do.
And as a Scotsman, I'm sure you've been taking a keen interest in England and Gareth Southgate's appointment, but they're in your group. Do you think that will help England, the stability that he will bring?
I think so, yeah. I think at international level, obviously they want to get a settled manager, settled team. I think England should and probably will qualify for most of their groups that they're in for World Cup or European Championship. So there obviously test comes in the actual finals in the summer, but I think the more chance that the manager's got and time he's got to prepare for that, it gives him the best opportunity.
Is that the same with Gordon Strachan as well? Is that stability very important?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. We've obviously had a tough start to the campaign. I think if you take away the England result, which you're not expected to go and win away from home, the Slovakia result was a poor result, but below that we are realistically looking at the playoff position. We've played Slovenia in March, who were 4 points behind, and we've got a lot of home games coming up in the back end of the campaign, so we're confident that we can make that playoff position, as I say, starting with a huge game in March.
David, can I just ask you, what are your thoughts about facing Middlesbrough, a team that you'd expect to be in and around you and perhaps in the bottom half of the table?
Yeah, it's one of those ones that's a huge game for us. We have to go and put on a performance. I think it was a disappointing away game at Sunderland when we lost. It kind of similar in terms of teams that you would expect to be down there. But Middlesbrough have been on a reasonable run of form. We've obviously been a lot better at home recently, so we're looking to take that confidence into the away game on Monday.
David, do you expect to return to the side on Monday?
I hope so, yeah. We asked the gaffer and he's up here. So yeah, as I say, at this level there's always going to be competition for places, but as I say, it can only benefit the club and help to push the goalkeepers on. But as I say, I'll be hoping to play Monday. But say manager's decision.
What have you made of Eldon's form saving penalties this season?
Yeah, I think he's since I've been here. I think saved that one against Arsenal. As I say, I was confident going in on Tuesday night that he's had that form behind him. So yeah, he's been good in penalties.
In terms of clean sheets, how desperate are you for your first?
Yeah, we are. I mean, goalkeepers and defenders love clean sheets. We understand it's a different level. I mean, we're the bottom end of this league compared to last season. The boys are at the top end, so we know it's not going to come every week. The most important thing is getting points on the board. But I don't think we've been too far away. It's just been maybe a couple of individual errors or a little lack of concentration that's got us there. As I say, Southampton and we've, at home and West Brom at home, we've defended almost all of the game, apart from maybe one or two incidents really well. So I'm sure it will come. Hopefully Monday it would be a fantastic place to start because it would really help us to get that 3 points.